That the roof will be open.
That's right. And finally, yeah, we had some storms around last weekend, so they did have to close that. A good thing they did, because it did storm during the game. Not going to be the case today. We're going to hold the storm chances off until tomorrow and Monday. It's really going to be heating things up today before that frontal system gets here. And since we are seeing kind of a transitional air mass out there, there are some areas of fog that have developed during the overnight, especially on the northeastern part of the state. We've got a 0 visibility reading coming in from Richmond to Muncie up to Kokomo this morning. So I've been watching some of our traffic cameras, trying to find where some of this fog is becoming more dense, and that is certainly the case. This is I-69 up in Delaware County. Certainly some foggy spots developing in this zone. So if you do have travel plans in this area over the next couple of hours, make sure you're using those low beam headlights. It's going to be the best way to avoid that fog from getting any worse when you are traveling. It also helps other vehicles see, especially once the sun comes up. Still going to need to use those headlights there once the fog eventually burns off. We're going to be looking at some improving conditions today. Really haven't seen much fog here in downtown. We have a clear sky, though, and the temperature holding steady here in the mid-60s. That dew point at 62, just a good indication that we still have some leftover moisture in our atmosphere. So that's what's kind of translating into some of that fog this morning. Sunrise officially at 7:09 today. We're going to hold steady there in the 60s over the next several hours, and then eventually by 10 a.m. back up to 72. And forecasting highs today to be back above average, around 86 here in the city. Same deal in Greencastle, up to 88 in Bloomington. And 86 for our friends in Columbus. We should be around 84 at this point in the season, so we will be above that today, tomorrow as well. If you do have plans to head downtown for the Colts game, again, that roof, the window going to be open, kickoff at 7:30. We're going to fall back to around 82, so still pretty mild as that game gets underway. And then once the sun goes down during the 8 o'clock hour, temperatures will start to drop back through the 70s. Now, during the overnight, lows falling into the 60s, but it's going to be a rather warm overnight with some clouds that will build back in. Highs nearing 90 tomorrow afternoon, and it does look like there's a potential we could see some stray pop-ups developing with the heat of the day. 90 your forecast high here in Indy, same deal in Bloomington and Columbus, up to 91 for places like Seymour and southern Indiana. Watch how this is all going to play out, though. We'll pause here around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. A quiet start to the day, but as everything starts to heat back up, we're going to have a warm front lift through, and that's what's going to bring in that potential of a few pop-up storms as we get into the noon hour tomorrow. And then eventually, as we get to about 6 p.m., that storm chance is going to start to dwindle. So not a great chance for showers and storms for your Sunday, but that certainly does exist through the peak heating of the afternoon. Now here comes the actual front. This is 7 a.m. on Monday. Certainly could have some rumbles of thunder out there at the bus stops Monday morning. And then eventually this cold front's going to come through the state. That brings in slightly more widespread storm activity, but it's also going to be that game changer to drop that humidity and get things feeling a little bit more comfortable. We're going to be pretty uncomfortable here as far as the mugginess goes all the way through Monday, and then that drier air set to return, as well as some cooler temperatures getting back below average as we look ahead at a good portion of next week. 84 and clearing on Tuesday as that storm system moves out, 82 Wednesday, and then we're in the upper 70s for Thursday and Friday.